so weird to say. My name is Shaina, I'm 19, and this is my very first YouTube video, and I'm kind of freaking out about it. So in this video, I showed you guys how I achieved this half cut crease. I really like it, super glam. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy. If you do, please subscribe. I'm about to look a lot less glam in like 2 seconds, so prepare yourselves. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I'm going to start with my brows. I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown and filling in my brows. So I'm just using short hair-like strokes, periodically stopping to comb it through so that they don't get too blocky, so that they stay pretty natural. Okay, so now that we have our brows all filled in with pencil, I am just going to set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And I'm just pushing the hairs up with this. So now that our brows are filled in and set, I'm going to be cleaning them up with concealer. I'm going to be taking the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the color Light Sand. And I'm just going to take a flat definer brush, which is so dirty. Oh my god. And I'm going to start carving out the bottom. And then I'm just dragging that concealer down because I don't want it to set in that like weird line. Okay, so that is brows. I'm a human again now, you know what I mean? Like, I have my brows. Okay, so I'm now going to get started on the eye makeup. So I'm going to prime my eyelids with the same Shape Tape concealer. I'm just gonna dab a little bit on, and I do have some like veins and discoloration on my eyelids, so I really like the Tarte Shape Tape for this because it is pretty full coverage. So once I have that concealer on my eyelids, I'm just going to set it with the RCMA No Color Powder. So to start off, I'm just going to take a big fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to take Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek and use that as a transition shade. So now I'm going to go into the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to take the shade Burnt Orange, this one, and I'm just going to pop that in my crease. Just a little bit lower than we put that transition shade before. And I'm also going to pop that on the outer corner to start building a little som-som over there. So now I'm just going to start building the depth of the crease because I want this to be pretty dark and smoky. So I'm going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Fudge Single Eyeshadow on my Smith 230 blending brush. And I'm going to kind of start by putting the shade in my outer corner and blending it out from there. And I'm going to start slowly building that up in the crease. The way I'm going to take it out, I want it to be pretty this way. I don't want it to be very round, so I'm going to start kind of winging it out this way, and again, building it very lightly. I have very little product on my brush right now. You don't want to go in with a lot of product right away because it will be very harsh and harder to blend out. You want to build everything slowly. And just to help blend that out a little more, I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used before for that Modern Renaissance shade that I put in my crease. I'm just going to go back with that brush and blend over this. I'm not putting any new product on it, but this is going to really help blend those colors. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to take Cypress Umber, really deepen this up, and I'm also going to pack this on like 3/4 of the lid. And I am blending this out the outer corner as well. And again, going back with that other brush and blending. And just to deepen it up a little more, I'm going to take a black eyeshadow. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Noir and just a flat shader brush. And I'm going to smudge that right on my lash line under that brown. Okay, we're about ready to cut this crease. I like to cut my crease with a brush like this. This is just a really small kind of like a really small concealer brush, and I'm just going to take that Tarte Shape Tape concealer again, and I'm going to cut the crease. I'm only doing up to about here, and I'm gonna cut it at kind of like an angle here because I really want that smoky lash line. I don't want to lose, and I think that doing it at that angle will really elevate the eye and make it look like it's more upturned at the end. I'm going to go in to the Carly Bible BH palette, the second shade and the second row. And I'm just going to go back with the brush I was using for the brown and blend out that edge here. Okay, now that that is blended, I'm just going to add a little sparkle. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in Midnight Cowboy. So now that the eyeshadow is pretty much finished, I'm going to move on to the face. So the first thing that I usually like to do is add some kind of moisturizing product. Lately I've been using the Pixi Skin Treats Glow Mist. This stuff is great, but for some reason after the first couple of times I used it, the spray nozzle kind of went crazy on me, and it sprays like really aggressively. Kind of gotta hold it really far away. It's not so much a mist anymore, you know what I mean? So now I'm just going to take this Too Faced Primed and Poreless primer and put that all over my face, focusing on the areas where I get the most pores. So the foundation that I'm going to be using today is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. This is in the shade Light 6 Ceylan? Light 6. It's in Light 6. I'm also going to take my NYX Pro Foundation Mixer. This is in the shade Olive. I have olive undertones, but not a lot of brands make light foundations with olive undertones. So this stuff really is a lifesaver for me. It can make any foundation work. Before I actually go in putting it all over my face, I am going to go ahead and clean up the top of my brow. I'm not really going to make like a super defined line. It's more of just placing the foundation around the brows where I want it, because it's a little hard to do that with a beauty blender. It can kind of get a little messy, so I like to do it with a brush. And again, I'm not really going to swipe like a solid line. I'm going to press against my skin and lift up so that there is no harsh line. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is in the shade Custard. Okay, so now I'm going to bronze / contour with this Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is in the shade 30? 30. Okay, my card was full, but I did set my under eyes and just a few places where I put the concealer with the RCMA No Color Powder before I realized it stopped recording. Now I'm going to go back up to the eyes and finish up the lower lash line. So I'm just going to go in with the Modern Renaissance and the Smith brush that I was using before, using Burnt Orange. Okay, now I'm just going to take this pencil brush and that darker brown we were using, Cypress Umber, and take this really close to the lash line and then smoke it out. And you also want to kind of connect it to the shadow we placed before. And just to deepen it up a little bit more, I'm going to take that flat shader brush we were using before with the same shade. Okay, now I'm just going to add some blush. I'm going to take this Kylie blush in the shade X-Rated. So now I'm just going to highlight my face. I'm going to use the Anastasia Illuminator in So Hollywood. This is my favorite highlight of all time. It's so pretty. Okay, now I'm just going to pop some mascara on before lashes. I'm just using the Benefit Roller Lash. This is my favorite. Why? We can't come back from this. We can and we will, okay? We will persevere. I'm just gonna let it dry. So now I'm just gonna pop on these House of Lashes Iconic Light. To line my lips, I'm going to be taking MAC Strip Down Lip Pencil. This is my favorite nude lip pencil ever. So now I'm just going to take one of the cream lipsticks from the Kylie KKW collection. This is in Kimberly. It is the warmest one, like the true nude one. And the very last step is some setting spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter, of course. Okay, so that is pretty much it. I just added this super extra choker because why not? Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And until next time, goodbye. Let me tell you, these technical difficulties